Welcome to my home. I'm going to be doing a nice easygoing Strala yoga practice with a little bit of qigong infused through it, and this is the sort of practice that I would do on the beach in Marbella where I live. I do classes on the beach in front of La Sala by the sea, and so I'm doing this little class here for you, for anyone that finds it useful, but also specifically for my lovely friend Kathy, who doesn't live here and she wants to practice with me when she's not here. So it's her birthday, so Kathy, this is for you. Come into a comfortable seated position. Cross-legged feels good to me, but if it doesn't feel so good in your body, adjust. Maybe uncross your legs, you can have your knees bent. Try to have a nice long spine. If you find yourself collapsing, put a towel or a cushion underneath your bottom and come into a nice relaxed place. And then we'll just start to move. Soften your whole self and sway a little forward and back, a little side to side, and then move in a circle. Imagine you had a spotlight coming out of the top of your head, shining up to the sky, and you're drawing a circle in the sky with that spotlight. Change direction, go the other way. Just rolling around here, getting everything nice and relaxed, nice and moving. And then we'll let that movement dissolve, come to a balanced place. Remember your nice long spine. Might help to think about an invisible string running from your tailbone all the way through your spinal column, coming out of the top of your head and just gently drawing your head up towards the sky, and your shoulders are nice and relaxed. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to start with some breathing. So as you breathe in through the nose, float your arms all the way out and up. And as you breathe out through the nose if you can, and relax your arms down and bring them to your belly, your abdomen. Spread your fingers. Breathe in through the nose and let your belly expand into your hands. And breathe out through the nose, draw the belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, the belly rises and expands. Exhale, draw the belly in. Deep abdominal breathing. You carry on with this, and I'll just explain that when you breathe like this, you're calming the nervous system, you're bringing your mind and body into a more relaxed state. Draw the belly in as you exhale. Inhale, the belly rises. And we're moving the diaphragm, that big muscle that is at the bottom of your rib cage, attaches the ribs, the floating ribs to the spine. And that's like a pump. It's like an umbrella shaped muscle, and it's like another pump. So breathing this way has so many benefits, not only calming the nervous system, but it takes some pressure off the heart. So it's a great practice to do on a daily basis. Let's do two more like that. Inhale, the belly rises. Exhale, the belly falls. Last one. Breathing through the nose. Now we're going to expand that breath. This time as you inhale, float your arms up to cactus arms, look up. And as you exhale, rounding the back, soft fists with the hands, draw the elbows together, bring the fists to the forehead. Spinal cord breathing. Inhale to open and expand. Exhale, rounding in. You're still breathing into the belly. Inhale to open, expand. Gently squeeze your shoulder blades together as you lift your chin and chest. Exhale, rounding the back. Drop the chin to the chest. As you breathe in and open, you're stretching the front of your spine. As you breathe in, breathe out and round the back, you're stretching the back of the spine. Let's do two more. There's a gentle undulation of the spine here, rounding in, and we're moving the body with the breath. We're strengthening that breath-body connection. Last one, to exhale. And then gently release your hands down. So keeping ourselves nice and relaxed and fluid, we'll start. Inhale, float your arms all the way out and up. And on the exhale, twist your belly to the left. Bring your right hand to the opposite knee. This left hand is behind you to support your spine. As you breathe in, grow a little taller, that top of the head floating up. And on your exhale, soften your shoulders, let them slide down your back and twist, looking over your back shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, soften your shoulders, and maybe you can twist a little more. Let's take one more breath, and then gently release, come back to face the front. On your next inhale, float your arms all the way out and up, and twist from your belly, from your center to the other side. As you breathe in, grow a little taller. As you breathe out, soften your shoulders and twist a little more. Another breath. Easy exhale. And then gently release, come back to face the front. Inhale, and on the exhale, drop your chin to your chest and just relax over your legs. Crawl your hands out in front of you. Gentle sway from side to side and soften forward. So it doesn't matter how low you go or not, just find where you can comfortably fold forward to leaving some room to move and sway. Take a breath here, breathe into the belly, feel your belly expand and rise, and then sigh this breath out through the mouth. Sway a little left, sway a little right as you roll back up through the spine, head floats up last. So I will invite you to sigh the breath out sometimes rather than exhale through the nose, especially if we're in a forward fold, as it brings more of a physical release. So that's probably only about 20% of the time. About 80% of the time, my preference is that you breathe in and out through the nose, but that may be something that you have to work on. So lean back, spread your fingers, lean back, sway a little side to side. As you inhale, lift your breastbone up, relax your head back, and then shift all the weight over to the left, and then over to the right, and then roll around a little. Get a little bit more exploratory, a little bit more rolling here. Noticing what you're feeling around the waist, the low back, the hips. And then if it feels nice, press down through the palms and let your hips float up, relax your head back. A gentle sway from side to side. And then ease your hips back down. So sway towards the right and send your left leg out to the left side. Find a nice long spine. Make sure you're comfortable here. If there's tightness behind the knee or behind the thigh, bend the knee. You can bring it in a little closer or you can take it out a little further. So this is to suit your body. It doesn't need to look like my body or anyone else's. Strala is about you finding your version of the asanas, the forms that we're using. Start with breathing in to lengthen your spine, and as you breathe out, we'll slide along that extended leg, floating the right arm up, and when you run out of up, just tipping over, finding your edge. It might feel nice to reach towards the toes, but of course there's no goal. You know, find what feels good in your body. We're just looking for a nice opening in that right side of the body. And then on your inhale, turn your chest and your belly up towards the sky. That top shoulder rolls back. On the exhale, lead with your belly button and relax over. Soften forward. Let's do that a couple of times. Moving like seaweed under the water. So keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your body fluid and movable. One more time. Turn your belly down, soften forward. As you breathe in through the nose, roll your belly open, cartwheel that top arm up, bring it down behind your back. Press into that right palm, lift your hips up and sweep your left arm across your body, rolling your chest and belly open to the sky. Gorgeous morning stretch. And then easing back down for, of course, an evening stretch. You can do this at any time. Lean towards the right and slide that left leg. Bring it to like a figure of 4, 90-degree angle. Take your arms out to the side, and as you breathe in, just lengthen up through the spine. And then lean into your right hand and tip over, maybe lean into the elbow. And then we're going to take that all the way over to the other side. You'll probably find you can't stretch nearly as far, so just take it easy. And then we're going to turn this into a twist. So twist towards the left. Right hand to the left knee. You breathe in, grow a little taller. As you breathe out, soften your shoulders and twist. come back to the center, counter twist, we'll take it all the way around to the other side. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, soften and twist. Gently release your twist, lean towards the right. We're going to slide that left leg back behind us, coming into more of a pigeon pose. So take it easy here. You might find it just doesn't want to go much further than that. That's okay, just find the place that's right for you. Of course, if you're more open, your hip flexors or your hips are more open, you'll be able to slide that leg all the way back behind you or somewhere in between. Come onto your fingertips. Press down with your fingertips as you breathe in. Feel the energy rising up through your arms as you lift your chest, and then lead with the chest and the chin and lower the chest. Bring the chin into the chest and roll up through the spine. So we'll do that a couple of more times, and you're moving your spine like a snake, rolling up through the spine, or perhaps think of your spine moving like a string of pearls. Drop the chin to the chest and roll up. Well done. Lean towards the right, unweighting that back leg and just slide it around. Lengthen it out in front of you so you can bend the knee if there's tightness there. If you're more open, you're going to want to straighten the leg. The right leg is in a tree pose, the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, relax your shoulders, and then just relax forward. Crawl your hands out in front of you. Drop your chin to your chest and soften forward. Maybe you can only go a little way, it doesn't matter. You can always bend this knee. It's not cheating, it's just taking the pressure off this hamstring. So just soften forward. And let's take a couple of breaths here. Breathe in through the nose, into the belly, create space inside. And then release that breath through the mouth of the nose and allow everything to soften. Inhale, create space. On your exhale, let the exhalation take you a little further along. One more breath. And then we'll roll up. Keep your head and neck soft. Walk your hands back and roll up through the spine. We're going to swap sides now. Send the right leg out to the right side. Might feel different on this side, and that's okay. Take a moment to lengthen your spine as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, we'll slide along that extended leg. Tipping over, maybe reaching towards the toe. Opening up that side body. As you inhale through the nose, roll your chest and belly open to the sky. Roll that left shoulder back, and then lead with your belly button. Turn your belly down, relax over. So we're moving from center here, rather than isolating this top arm, shoulder, we're moving as one whole body. When you move from center as one whole body, your body finds the correct alignment for you. Turn your belly down, relax over. Inhale through the nose, roll your chest and belly open. We'll keep this top arm going, bring it down behind your back. Press into that palm, lift your hips up, open your chest and belly to the sky, relax your head back. Doesn't this feel wonderful? I love this stretch. And then easing all the way back down. So leaning to the left, we'll bend this right knee 90 degrees and then lengthen your spine. So it's like 4-4. Grow a little taller and then tip over to the left. Take a gentle side stretch, opening up. We'll go all the way over to the other side, which will be a little bit more challenging. A nice stretch. Don't force anything. Just find your natural range of movement. And the more relaxed you are, the more that range of movement is going to expand. Let's twist now. Bring your right hand to the left knee. Nice long spine as you twist, looking behind you. And then we'll unwind like a corkscrew all the way around to the other side. As you breathe in, grow a little taller. As you breathe out, soften your shoulders. You might find you can twist a little more. Gently release, come back to the center. Lean towards the left and we'll slide that right leg back behind us, coming into our pigeon pose. So remember, if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, particularly in this front knee or the hip, adjust your position, modify until you find a position that feels comfortable in your body where you can breathe and you can move. Come onto your fingertips, Root down, feel the energy rising up, lift your chin and chest, look up, then lead with the chin as you lower your chest. So we're undulating through the spine. Drop the chin and roll up through the spine. Twice more, a nice circular, smooth movement, as though you're a snake being charmed by the snake charmer. Rolling up, well done. We're going to lean to the left, slide that right leg forward, coming into our seated tree pose on the other side for a forward fold. So remember, you can bend the knee, take the pressure off the hamstring, find a nice long spine, and on the exhale, think about hinging from the hip joint, and then just relax forward, crawl your hands out in front of you, drop your chin to your chest and soften forward. Take a few breaths here. As you breathe in through the nose, feel your belly and your ribs expand. And then release that breath and let your exhalation take you into that space that you've created. So the inhale opens the door and the exhale guides you through. One more breath. And then roll up through the spine. Keep your head and neck soft. Slide your left leg out. Sit up nice and tall. The knees can be bent. I'll just turn to the side for this one so that you can see. Inhale to lengthen. Remember, this is fine if there's tightness behind here. Exhale, hinging at the hip joint. Just relax over. Drop your chin to your chest. Crawl your hands out in front of you. And just breathe here. Breathe in. Feel your belly rise. Feel your ribs expand. And then exhale. Maybe sigh that breath out to create a nice release. Let the exhalation take you a little further along. Take you a little deeper into the stretch. One more breath. And then we'll keep the head and neck soft. We'll roll up through the spine. Head floats up last. And then we're going to ease onto hands and knees. Spread your fingers. Nice stable base. And we'll start with a roll of your rib cage and your torso. Moving your torso, your rib cage like a cement mixer. Change direction, go the other way. Moving easy. And then bring your awareness to your hips, your bottoms. Send your hips all the way out towards the left. Send your bottom back towards your heels in a big circle. Change direction, circle the other way. Moving your spine. And then just close your eyes and move any way that feels nice to you. I like to send my bottom back to one heel, get that nice hip stretch, and then the other heel. And I like to move my head around as though I'm drawing a figure of 8 in the air with the tip of my nose, but get your whole body involved in this. Any way that feels good. Ease your way back to the center now, and we'll take a cat-cow. So as you inhale, let your belly drop down, lift your chin and chest, look up. As you exhale, round your back like an angry cat. Keep the back rounded here, send your bottom back towards your heels, soften the elbows, the forearms down, and breathe your chest forward. Press down with the palms and come back up to your cow pose. Exhale to cat. Bottom back towards the heels, elbows down, and breathe your chest forward, coming back up. One more time, rounding the back, bottom back, elbows, forearms down as you breathe your chest forward, coming back up. Well done. And then a little sway from side to side. I'm going to turn back to the front. Unweighting. Shift all the weight to the right, so the left palm begins to lift. Shift all the weight to the left, so the right palm begins to lift. So this unweighting is a concept that we use again and again in Strala to make movement more fluid. We're going to shift the weight towards the left now. Bring your right toes behind you, roll your chest and belly open to the sky, relax your head back. Linger here and take a gentle sway in the breeze, moving from your center. Turn your belly down, relax over. And as you breathe in, roll your belly and chest open to the sky again. And then we'll ease back onto hands and knees and shift that to the other side. Shift towards the right, the left toes come behind you, rolling your chest and belly open, moving like seaweed under the water. Keeping your body fluid and soft. And then easing back onto hands and knees. Well done. Tuck your toes under. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Press down with the palms and let your knees float up and out. Easing into a gentle squat. You can keep your hands here for support. Rolling your hips a little side to side, or if you want to go a little deeper, tiptoe your fingertips forward and drop your chin to your chest. Let your neck relax completely. Imagine that your tailbone was weighted, was heavy. Breathe into your belly. Feel your belly expand. Feel your back ribs expand. Easy exhale. I'm going to soften back down onto hands and knees. Just going to turn to the side again. I'm going to go to a puppy dog pose. Walk your hands forward. Keep your hip joint in line with your knee joint. Walk your hands forward, maybe even beyond your mat. And then, keeping your bottom in the air, melt your ribs, your breastbone, your heart down to the mat. Relax your forehead. Notice what you're feeling around the shoulder joint, around the intercostal muscles. Leave some room to sway your bottom a little side to side. Breathe in, feel your ribs expand. Breathe out, melt your heart down. And then gently walk your hands back and ease back up. I want you to walk your hands forward now, again, but drop your hips down, coming into a really gentle cobra. Leave room to move and sway, come down a little lower, have an explore around, come up a bit, send your shoulder blades sliding down your back, roll onto one hip, look down at the opposite heel, roll onto the other hip, and then gently melt all the way down to your belly. Extend your arms out like superwoman, float your legs up and take a little swim. Turn your gaze down, lengthen the back of your neck. Swimming, well done. Try not to stiffen, try not to squeeze your toes, moving your body without gathering tension. Now you're going to sweep your arms out behind you, interlace your fingers. You can soften your legs down for a moment, interlace your fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest, lift your arms, roll a little side to side. Float your legs up if you can. If it's too much, you can bring the legs back down. Lengthen your neck, turning your gaze down, and swim. Swim like a fish through the water. Strengthening your core. As you breathe in, lift everything a little higher. As you breathe out, soften. Release your hands. Cobra. Bring your hands beside your ribs. Press the mat away. Lifting your heart up. Send your shoulder blades sliding down your back. And then bend your knees and come to a child's pose. You can take your knees mat width distance apart, bring your big toes to touch if that makes child's pose more comfortable for you. And relax. Take a few deep breaths here. Breathe into your belly, feel the belly expand. And as you release that breath, perhaps in a sigh in this position, might feel really nice. Let everything soften with the exhale. Feel as though your shoulder blades are just softening apart, sliding away from one another. When you're ready, you're going to walk your hands back, coming up. Bring your knees together here so that you roll up to hero pose. Take your hands behind you, lean back, lean into your fingers. And as you breathe in, let your hips float up, relax your head back. Notice what you feel. Maybe you feel a nice front thigh stretch here. But leave room to sway your hips a little side to side. Inhale, your pubic bone and your breastbone lifts up. Easy exhale to ease your bottom back down. Well done. So we'll come on to hands and knees again now. A little roll through the spine. Spread your fingers nice and wide, tuck your toes under, And as you press the mat away with your palms, lift your hips up and back, coming into your downward facing dog. So adjust your hands and feet. You can bend the knees a little, soften the elbows. So get comfortable and movable in your down dog. Let's start to pedal through the feet. Bend one knee and then the other. Drop one heel and then the other. Opening up the backs of your legs. Sway the hips a little side to side. Well done. Now walk your hands forward, walk your feet back and roll out to a nice long, easy going plank pose. If you find plank pose very challenging, because it can be, ease your knees down and float your feet up for half plank. Half plank is always available to you. You can go between the two. I'm going to stay in plank pose, but I'm going to be really gentle and easy on myself. There's no need to tense or stiffen. Sway a little to one side, give the other wrist a little shake, sway to the other side, shift a little forward and back. And then I want you to shift all your body weight to the right, bring your left toes behind you, roll your belly open for a rock star, feels really nice. Turn your belly down, back to your plank. Let's take it to the other side. Roll your belly open for a rock star. Think about that seaweed just moving under the water. Back to your plank pose. Now lift your hips up and back to your downward facing dog. A little pedal through the feet, a little sway from side to side. I'm going to sway all the way over to the right. Unweight that left hand and just step the left foot forward. Adjust your feet so that you're on a train track rather than a tightrope, and then roll up through the spine. You can ladder up your body if you feel that's supportive. Take a breath in, float your arms all the way out and up. And as you breathe out through the nose, let's soften all the way back down. Use your body for support. Use your hands on the ground and slide that front foot back. Let it sway from side to side. We'll take it to the other side. Shifting the weight all the way over towards the left. The right hand is beginning to lift. Now take an easy step forward. Taking the right foot to where the right hand is. Adjust your feet so that you have a nice stable base. Roll up through the spine. Inhale floats you all the way out and up. Easy exhale softens you all the way back down. Plant your palms and slide back to your downward facing dog. Little pedal through the feet. Let's take it a little further. Sway towards the right. I'm going to float the left leg up and back behind me. Bend the left knee. Circle the ankle one way and then the other. And then I'm going to move that leg around. So I'm drawing a big figure of 8 in the air with my kneecap. Change direction, go the other way. And then inhale, lean towards the right and step that left foot forward. This time I'm going to slide the right foot back, coming into a low lunge and ease that back knee down. So just hang here. Hang here for a moment, let the hips drop down. You'll probably feel a nice stretch at the front of your right hip flexor. If that's too much for you, just back off a little, but leave room to explore. Sway your hips a little side to side. If you're not feeling anything in that front hip, slide that front foot forward and then let your hips drop down. That will increase the intensity of the stretch. If you're very open, lift your back knee up and drop the hips down. So there's lots of options there for you to find that nice front hip stretch. Ease the knee down now if it's not down already. Root down through that front heel and float your arms all the way out and up. Bring your palms together, lift your heart up, find a gentle back bend, and then we'll soften all the way back down. Plant your palms, tuck your back toes under, root down through your fingers and lift your hips up, coming into single leg forward fold. And relax over that leg. Let your head go, let your neck go. You can adjust your hands here for support and stability. Make sure you can move. You can sway your hips a little side to side. And you can relax your forehead towards that shin. If you find this is too intense, bend the knees a little. Take more weight into the hands. Gentle sway from side to side. Well done. Great stuff. Now you're going to drop the knees, bend the hips, shift a little forward and back, just like you're on a starting block. And then bring your whole self forward and let that back leg float up towards the front. Roll up through the spine. Head floats up last. Once your head floats up, float your arms all the way out and up. And then we'll soften forward. Bend the knees. Draw the palms through the midline or ladder down your body. Plant your palms and we'll step back to that downward facing dog. I'm going to take that to the other side. Sway towards the left, float your right leg up and back behind you, down dog split, bend the right knee, circle that ankle, and then move that leg around so you're drawing the infinity sign in the air. Make this feel nice in your hip joint, make it feel smooth and sweeping. Change direction, go the other way. We're opening up that hip joint, giving it a nice massage. And then we're going to lean towards the left. That right hand begins to lift and we'll float that right foot forward. If it doesn't make it all the way, don't worry about it. If you maybe only get to there, just lean over to the opposite side and gently bring that foot forward. Adjust your position here, widen your stance so that you're stable. Roll up through the spine. Big inhale pulls you high. Easy exhale softens you all the way back down. We're going to slide that back foot down and ease that back knee down. So just hang here for a moment. So your hips a little side to side, opening up this front hip. If you're not feeling anything, you can either tuck the back toes under, lift that back knee up, or you can scooch this front foot forward, let the hips drop down. It's going to intensify the stretch for you. But really, you'll find your way into the stretch that feels good in your body. Going to root down through that front foot, lift your shoulders up over your hips. Inhale, float your arms all the way out and up. Bring your palms together, lift your heart up. Find a gentle back bend and feel that stretch go all the way down to that left front hip. And on the exhale, just gently release. Release everything down. Hands either side of the front foot. Tuck your back toes under. Root down. Gabriel's come to join us. Root down through that front foot and lift your hips up. Adjust your hands here. Take them out or back for stability. And relax over that front leg. Let your head go, let your neck go. If there's room, think about sliding that left hip bone forward. That's going to intensify the stretch, bringing your hip bones into one line. Or maybe lowering your forehead towards the shin. When you've had enough of that, bend the knees, shift a little forward and back, and then we're going to shift your whole self forward, bringing that back foot up to the front. Hi, Gabriel. Rolling up through the spine. Big breath in, floats you all the way out and up, and then we'll just relax your arms down by your side. So standing at the front of your mat, you're going to step your left foot back. I'm just going to turn around and just lower that back heel down, coming into a warrior two. So your right foot is forward, your left foot is back. The distance between your feet is roughly the length of one of your legs. And float your arms out to shoulder height. Relax your shoulders. And then take a gentle roll through the hips, making sure that there's no stiffness and tension. This front knee is bent, kind of in line with the ankle or a little bit behind. The back foot is coming in. That back foot is at an angle, so you could achieve that by lifting the back heel up and sending it a little further away. Floating your arms out to shoulder height. This is your nice movable warrior two. Now we're going to move with the breath here. Breathing through the nose as you breathe in, lift your hips, lift your fingertips. And as you breathe out through the nose, soften and float back down to your warrior two. Now swim your palms in, bring your thumbs to your heartbeat as you lengthen out that front leg. And on the exhale, swim back out to your warrior two. Let's do that again. Move easy. Move with softness and fluidity, as though you're moving through a cloud. And what you find is that as you move with the breath, your mind begins to slow down. You begin to drop into the flow state. Bring your palms together, thumbs to your heartbeat, and then swim back out to your warrior two. Gazing over your front fingertips, tip your torso back, reverse your warrior. Keep a little softness in the back knee. And then we'll tip all the way up and over. Elbow to thigh, leaning into this front thigh. Open your front body, roll that top shoulder back. You could lean back a little. Imagine you have a nice padded wall behind you. And float the left arm all the way up and over, finding your extended side angle. Those shoulders nice and relaxed. As you breathe in now, open your chest and belly to the sky, and then leading with your belly button, turn your belly down and relax over your legs. Inhale, roll your belly open. Exhale, turn your belly down. Let's do that one more time. Roll your belly open and turn your belly down. Now bring your left hand down inside your front leg. Bring the other hand down and crawl around to face the front. Toes are in front of the heels. Knees can be bent if you find this a challenge. And just relax over for a nice wide-legged forward fold. Let your head and neck relax completely. As you breathe in, shift the weight subtly forward to the balls of your feet and let your sitting bones float up to the sky. Imagine little balloons tied to your bottom. Let your head and neck relax down. Inhale, shift forward, the sit bones float up. Exhale, the spine lengthens and decompresses. One more breath. And then we'll tiptoe over to the right. Maybe bringing your forehead towards the right knee. Just notice how that feels. Don't strain or force anything. Just go as far as you comfortably can. Let's tiptoe all the way over to the other side. Just noticing every point along the way, how you're feeling, what you're feeling in your body. Maybe you can bring the forehead towards the knee or the shin. And then we'll come back to the center. And as you breathe in through the nose, come up onto your fingertips, lift and lengthen, long, flat back, look forward. Easy exhale, soften the knees and fold now. Crawl back the way you came, hands either side of the front foot. Shift a little forward and back like we did before. Shift your whole self forward, slide that back foot up, and we'll roll up through the spine here. Well done. Now we're going to take it to the other side. So you're going to step your right foot back. We're going to do warrior two on the other side. So excuse my rudeness, turning my back on you. Float your arms out to your warrior two. A little roll through the spine here. Now when you're ready, I want you to make this move really smooth, as though you're moving through a cloud. Close your mouth, breathe in through the nose, float everything up. Palms come together and even slower on the way down, just like a feather floating down. Now I'm going to bring my palms together, thumbs to the heartbeat as I lengthen that front leg, and then swim back out to a warrior two. Let's do that twice more. Let the movement be smooth and weightless. Just move like water. You will, I promise you'll still build strength, but you'll also calm and focus the mind and bring yourself into a more calm place. This is like a moving meditation. Water is soft and fluid, but it also has the power, tremendous power, that it can wear away rock. Think about that. Back out to your warrior two. Gazing over your front fingertips, tip your torso back, reverse your warrior, all the way up and over, elbow to thigh. Dig that elbow into the thigh, open your front body, lean back a little, and float this arm all the way up and over. Now lead with the belly button, soften your whole self and relax over. Turn your belly down. As you breathe in, roll your belly open. Turn your belly down. Roll your belly open. One more time. Turn your belly down. Let that right hand come down to support you. Bring the other hand down, the back heel spins up. Now this time, you're going to plant your palms either side of the front foot, press down with the palms, and we'll slide that foot back to your downward facing dog. A little pedal through the feet, a little sway from side to side. You're going to keep your feet at the back of your mat, walk your hands back towards your feet. You're in an easy going forward fold here at the back of your mat. Lean in to your right fingertips, bend the right knee, roll your belly open, floating that left arm up, maybe gazing up at those left fingertips. And then we'll trade sides, soften your whole self. Lean into your left hand, roll your belly open the other way, floating that right arm up. Easing back down. Now sink your bottom here, just like you're sitting in an invisible chair, and float your fingertips up, coming into a chair pose. Everyone's favourite. Not. So make sure you don't overarch your back here. Keep a nice relaxed spine. Take a roll through the hips. Make sure you can move everything. And then as you inhale, reach up, bring your palms together. We're going to sink into that chair as we twist to the left, sweeping our arms out behind us, following our fingertips with our gaze. Inhale pulls you high. We'll take an easy twist to the other side as we sink into that chair. Inhale pulls you high. Let's do that one more time. This time think about sinking back into your heels. Maybe wiggle your toes. Twist, following your fingertips with your gaze. Inhale pulls you high. And then an easy twist to the other side. Inhale pulls you high. Now you're going to soften forward. Draw your palms through the midline. You can ladder down your body if you prefer. Relax your head and neck and interlace your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Now let your arms fall away from your back body and take a gentle sway from side to side here. Let those arms just fall forward. Notice what you're feeling in your shoulders. Great shoulder opener. Now we're going to lift halfway. Keep your fingers interlaced. Soften the knees. As you breathe in, lift and lengthen to a long flat back. Look forward. As you breathe out, soften the knees and fold. Let those arms fall away. And you might notice that a little bit of space opens up in your shoulders. Maybe your arms fall a little further away. So you can repeat that a couple of times. For the purpose of this video, we're going to move on. Bend the knees, soften, release your hands. Feels great when you release the hands. I'm going to walk back out to a long, easy-going plank pose. A little sway from side to side. No need to squeeze or tense any muscles. You're going to sway towards the right for a rock star, rolling your belly open to the sky. Move a little here from your hips and belly. Let that top arm sway in the breeze. And then turn your belly down and lean into the left hand and send your left foot underneath the right arm and roll open for a fallen triangle. Relax your head back. Come back to your plank and we'll take all that to the other side. Well done. So you're going to sway towards the left. Bring your right toes behind you. Roll your belly open. Relax your head back. A gentle sway in the breeze. Turn your belly back down. Lean into that right hand and send your right foot forward and roll open for a fallen triangle, sometimes called a fallen star. Easing back to your plank pose. A little sway from side to side, a little shift forward and back. Melt all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, plant your palms, press the mat away, come up into a gentle up dog. If you're feeling strong, energetic, perhaps you can lift your knees up. Something to try. If that's too much for your back, just bring them back down. And then we'll take it back to a child's pose. It can be a wide-legged child's pose if that's more comfortable for you. Send your bottom back. This time bring your hands by your side, turn your palms up and relax your forehead. And take a couple of deep breaths here. Each exhale, just allow your whole self to soften. Allow any tension to just roll off your back. Well done. Roll up when you're ready. Come onto your hands and knees. Take a gentle roll through the spine. Spread your fingers, tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back to your downward facing dog. So, take an easy stroll forward now. Walk your feet to the outside of your hands. Turn your toes out. Take weight into your palms. So press down into the palms as you sink your hips and bottom down, coming into a gentle squat. We've been here before. Just a little roll through the hips. You can keep your hands down for support if you need it, but it's a nice opportunity here to just move those wrists a little. Spread your fingers, circle your wrists one way and then the other. Interlace your fingers and draw a figure of 8 shape. Just looking after your wrists. And then if you can, bring your palms together and ease your knees out. I'll just turn a little bit so that you can see. Ease your knees out with your elbows. As you breathe into your belly. Feel the belly rise. And as you breathe out through the nose and contract and lift the pelvic floor. Lifting it up. It's like a Kegel stretch, as they think they say in America. Inhale, the belly rises, the pelvic floor relaxes. Exhale, contract and lift all those muscles at the root of the torso, lifting them up. Inhale, the belly rises. Exhale, contract and lift the muscles up. Well done. Then take your hands behind you, lean back. Keep your hips lifted here if you can, and windscreen wipe your knees a little side to side. And then gently ease your bottom down. Now, turn your belly one way and then the other. Windscreen wiping your knees from side to side. Great for hip mobility. And then if you can, take your hands away. Interlace your palms, press them forward, and then press them up to the sky while you windscreen wipe your knees and keep these nice movable mobile hips. So very often lower back pain can come from tight hips, so really important to keep your hips movable. You're going to release your hands down now. I'm just going to turn to the side again. Hands are behind you, supporting you. Float your toes up to knee level. Relax your shoulders, and we're going to bring your hands forward into a nice relaxed boat pose. Now, if you have any lower back issues, I would suggest that you keep your hands here. It's not cheating, it's supporting your back, bringing the emphasis back to the front core, or you can go between the two. But don't ignore back pain. Look after yourself and listen to those little signals that your body's giving you. Hands here is a great way, gentle way to build up core strength. And eventually you'll feel that you want to move towards boat pose because you're getting stronger and stronger. So we're going to roll halfway down here, just halfway, and then ease back up. Moving slowly and smoothly, easing back up. Remember, you can do this with your hands behind you. Maybe you do it a few times and then you feel your back pulling, so you want to support your back a little more. And perhaps you want to go back. You're feeling strong again. Keep your toes relaxed, keep your shoulders relaxed, your face and your neck. Very often I see this sort of tension in the jaw and the face, so try and stay nice and relaxed, easing back up. Let's do a few more. Rolling halfway down, easing back up, rolling halfway down, easing back up. Once more, rolling halfway down, easing up. Now you're going to roll all the way down onto your left hip, all the way down. Take your hands over to the right, and then gently roll back up to the centre, down to the other side, easing back up. Nice smooth roll all the way down to the left, easing back up, all the way down to the right, Easing back up, well done. Now take a hold of your ankles if you can. Tap one toe down, extend one leg. Maybe it feels nice to lean back and stretch the back of that leg, flexing the foot, and then we'll swap. Maybe lean back, stretching. Perhaps you can float both up, something to try. And then bring your feet down, hands behind you, fingers point towards your heels. Press down and lift your belly up. Relax here. Sway a little side to side. Shift a little forward and back. Well done. And then just walk your feet just a little bit forward. You're going to adjust your hands so that you can bend the elbows straight back and lower your bottom till it almost touches the mat, and then press down with the palms and lift your belly up to the sky. Working on the back of the arms, a problem place for me. Bingo wings, as my mother used to call them. Lifting your belly up to the sky, bending the elbows, bottom almost touching the mat, pressing down, lifting back up. Let's do that one more time. Lifting back up. Well done. And then relaxing all the way back down. Well done. Great stuff. So, now that you're sitting on the floor, I want you to bend your left knee and extend your right leg, if you can. And then you're going to drop your left elbow inside that knee and reach forward with the palm facing up as though you're asking for something. And then turn that palm down and wrap that arm around the knee. Take this hand out nice and wide and then see if you can make contact with that hand. If you can, don't worry about it, just have it behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, just relax forward. Drop your chin to your chest, maybe drop your forehead towards the knee. Inhale, exhale, soften forward. Let's take another breath here. And then release your bind and roll up. So, with binds, they don't suit everyone. We all have different joints and lengths of joints. If the bind is not working for you, skip it. Don't worry about it. You can just do the forward fold. You could do the seated tree that we did before. Try it. If it feels good, it always feels good in my shoulders, then go for it. But don't force anything that doesn't feel right. I know that's contrary to what some class leaders may tell you, but I like to listen to the body, and I like to practice with the body I have right now, right in this moment. So you can try something, move towards it, but don't ignore pain, joint pain, and know that not every pose is going to be right for your body. It's just not. We're all so different. So I think that's really important to remember. We'll try it on the other side. So I'm dropping this right shoulder inside and I'm reaching forward, palm facing up. Then I'm going to turn that palm down. I'm thinking about turning from the shoulder and just wrap that arm around the knee. The other hand I'm going to sweep out, giving myself as much space as possible, and see if I can make contact. What you could do is you could put a little towel on this hand, take it behind you, and you could reach the towel perhaps with the other hand. That's an option. Inhale, and on the exhale, hinge from the hip joint and just relax forward. Drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, easy exhale. One more breath. And then gently release. So I'll turn to the side again. Scoot your bottom forward. Hands on your knees. Roll down vertebra by vertebra and bring your legs along with you. So bring your head down and let your legs feel as though they want to drift away from your belly, as though you have bricks tied to your feet. Take a gentle roll a gentle sway from side to side here. Well done. And then we'll come to happy baby pose. So flex the feet, send the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, reach up and take a hold of the outside of the soles of the feet and let your legs fall apart. So your knees are kind of aiming towards your armpits, and this is really nice for your low back. Take a gentle sway from side to side. And then we're going to do another little hip stretch, half happy baby pose. So take both hands to your right foot, interlace them on the sole of that foot, lengthen the left leg along the mat, interlace your hands, and then gently squeeze down on the sole of the foot, aiming your right kneecap in towards your right armpit. It's a really nice hip stretch. Half happy baby pose. And then we'll trade sides. Swap feet, lengthen that right leg along the mat, interlace your fingers and squeeze. You see that my knee is aiming towards my armpit and it's giving me a really nice hip stretch here. Well done. Now bring the legs back up, interlace, hook your index finger around the big toe and just let your legs fall apart. Flex the feet, point your toes down and take a gentle roll from side to side. Then bring your legs together, bend the knees. Now we're going to do something called lazy plow now, which is really nice for the back. So the knees are bent, your arms are by your side. We'll do a little preparation first. Press down through the palms and lift your low back and your bottom up, and then roll your low back and bottom back down. Press down through the palms, lifting your bottom, your low back, and rolling back down. One more time, press down through the palms. Now see if you can stay somewhere around here, keep the knees bent, and then bring your palms to the front thighs. The knees are bent, your knees are near your shoulders. Bring your palms to the front thighs, the knees are bent, and just turn your bottom from one corner to the room to the other. This is called lazy plow and it feels so nice on the back. Just nice and relaxed. Now if you want to go to full plow, take your toes over your head and bring your hands to your waist. Think about easing your elbows in a little closer. If you don't want to go to plow, no worries, just roll back down to your spine and have your legs in the air. You can still join in. If you're comfortable here, you want to go up to a shoulder stand, float one leg and then the other up into your shoulder stand. Or you can be doing this on your spine with just your legs in the air. Now wherever you are, shoulder stand or on your spine, open your legs wide, one to the right, one to the left. Point your toes down to the floor and then make a diamond shape. Bring the soles of your feet together and float your toes all the way up to the sky. Let's do that again. Open nice and wide, point the toes down, flex through the heels. Now keep the legs straight this time and bring your heels together with your feet flat. So you've got Mary Poppins feet or figure one in ballet. Point your toes. Well done. Now soften your legs, whether you're on your spine or in your shoulder stand, and move your legs around like they're wet noodles, like they're octopus legs under the window. Maybe under the water, sorry. Maybe it feels nice to cycle them or march them or eagle them. Whatever feels good to you. There's no weight on your legs or your hips here, so it's great for your circulation. And then if you're in shoulder stand, point straight up to 12 o'clock. On an exhale, soften the knees down towards your shoulders, lower your toes over your head, bring your palms flat to the mat and roll down vertebra by vertebra. And nice and easy. And then we're going to find a bridge pose, so bend the knees, brush the back of your heels, plant your palms, and peel your hips and your bottom up into your bridge. It might feel nice to roll your shoulders underneath you. It might feel nice to interlace your hands. Let your pubic bone float up, but leave some wiggle room. Sway your hips a little side to side. Let your pubic bone float up to the sky. And then keeping nice and strong in this middle with your hips lifted if you can, release your hands and nice and slowly float them up to 12 o'clock. Maybe lower them over your head. Nice calm breath.
float your hands back up to 12 o'clock, keeping that sturdy, strong middle here. Lower your arms back down by your side. And then soften, and from your middle back, you're going to lower down vertebra by vertebra, all the way down. Well done. Bring your knees in towards your shoulders. Bring your hands to your shins and gently rock a little side to side. We're going to let that left leg lengthen along the mat. Both hands on the right shin and squeeze the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Then lengthen that leg as much as you can. Nice stretch here. Might feel nice to draw it in as you breathe out. Inhale, and on the exhale, squeeze that leg in. Maybe it feels nice to lift your forehead towards your shin. Just something to try, but don't try too hard. Stay easy in your body. Stretch should feel really nice. I'm going to bend this knee now. Take the opposite hand. So I'm taking my left hand to the outside of my right knee, and I'm going to roll it all the way across, extending my right arm out and gazing over my right fingertips. I'm going to breathe here. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe into the torso. Feel your back expand. And release. Letting your back soften and sink into the floor. One more breath like that. And then roll onto your back and swap legs. Lengthen the right leg along the mat. Squeeze the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Extend that left leg. Move it around. Maybe circle the ankle. Just move how it feels nice to move. And then I'll bring this right hand to the outside of the knee and roll it all the way across. Extending that other arm out. If it's too much to look over your left fingertips here, you can keep your gaze up. That feels better for you. So always adjust, modify, pay attention to what you're feeling in your body. You're in control of your body. I don't know what's going on for you, so it's really important that you look after yourself and listen to your own body. A couple of breaths. And then just relax, roll onto your back. Find your Shavasana. Close your eyes. I'm going to sit up here and talk you through this relaxation, but you can stay nice and relaxed on the ground. And I want you to bring your awareness to the top of your head. Soften the skin on your scalp. Imagine it was a tight bathing cap, you could loosen it. And let that softness trickle down to your forehead. Soften your eyebrows, relax the muscles around and behind your eyes. Relax your cheeks, your bottom jaw. Notice where your tongue is inside your mouth and just let it flop and soften. And then breathe in through the nose. Feel your torso expand with the breath and sigh that breath out. Use that sigh to soften your throat. Let's do that again. Inhale and sigh. Now let that softness permeate to the front of your neck, travel along your collarbones and sink deep into your shoulder joint. Let that softness flow down through your arms, through your elbows, through your wrists, across your palms to your fingertips. Let your arms feel heavy now. Breathe in through the nose, feel your torso expand. And as you breathe out, let your back ribs sink down into the mat. Breathe in through the nose and breathe into your belly. Feel your belly rise. And as you breathe out, let your hips sink down. Feel the muscles of your bottom melting and spreading out like warm candle wax, releasing any tension in the groin
The pelvic area just softens, and all that softness can flow through your hips and pelvis down into your legs. So let your legs feel heavy now. The back of your knee spread, your calf muscle melt. Let your ankles relax. Maybe your feet fall out to the side. I'm going to count down from 5 to 1 and just allow yourself to drift a little deeper down into ease and relaxation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently bring your awareness to your rhythm of breath. So as you breathe in, you feel a gentle lift and an expansion. And as you breathe out, you feel a softening and a release. Just focus on that breath. Inhale, there's a floating up sensation. Exhale, there's a softening, a release, a sinking. Rise in the fall of your breath. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like. But when you're ready to move, you can switch the video off here if you want to stay in relaxation. When you're ready to move, take a stretch. Reach your arms all the way up and over your head, and then relax your arms down. Bring your knees into your chest and roll onto your right side. Take a few moments in the fetal position. Just start to move your fingers, your toes. Just bringing awareness back, maybe circling your wrists, flexing your feet. And then gently ease up to a sitting position. Take your time coming up. And we'll just finish off with 3 breaths. Inhale, float your arms all the way out and up. Bring your palms together. And soften your thumbs into your heartbeat. And just take a moment here to connect with yourself. Locate, find, feel the beating of your heart. Inhale through the nose into the belly. And then release that breath through the mouth of the nose. 2 more just like that. Deep breath in. And a little longer with the breath out. Last one, deep breath in. And let it go. Namaste. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's useful for you. And I hope to see you sometime in Marbella, maybe on the beach or in the studio where I work. And have a lovely day.